All right, let's get to another very wholesome episode of Wistoria. Nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad has happened. It is sunshine and rainbows around these parts. Imagine he can never do this again, though. Like, one time in his life, he gets to be magically impressive, and then after it, he's just done. Fuck your sword! That's pretty Ooh! Now, there's two ways this goes, guys. Either A, our sword did indeed break, but we sliced through him first. Or... oh, we didn't slice through him at all. Lucky these hands are rated E for everyone, right? Like, this gotta be... she isn't leaving. Okay, she's fucking best girl after that. She's fucking best girl after that one. I love how they're so not okay with helping Will up there. They're like, you can't leave. We gotta protect ourselves. It's like, fuck off. Holy shit. What'd that mouth do? You just know he gives teeth in his head. Also, how the fuck are you doing that? Oh, Lord! Welcome back, medalists. I didn't realize my figure skating was coming back so soon. Excuse the fuck me? Oh my god. That's what I was looking for right there. I knew I saw that. You still fail, Will. That's his face right there. Holy shit. I mean, here's the thing, right? It's easy to forget, but in the early stages of this show, we used to know that Will was very good at utilizing and understanding her spells. I mean, this is just kind of coming full circle, but where the fuck do we go from here? I don't know, but I'm excited to see the second season properly start now. Holy shit. Some of the highlights. You want to see the full live reactions to all these wonderful episodes, head on over to the Patreon. But I seriously believe that this was initially planned as 16 episodes, because this is the most season finale thing I've ever seen. You could tell me, and you can provide me all the proof you want, and I will refuse. I will say no. Of course, the fake news. Because 16 episodes and ending the prologue here would have made complete sense. Not to say it did have a good stopping point with the previous season. It just truly feels to me that 16, this episode, would have been the perfect stopping point and would have been the, oh my god, where the fuck does the second season go from here? Will can't just go back to being the shut-in, the one that no one gives a fuck about, the one that gets bullied, the one that no one believes in. I mean, I still think it'll be hilarious if Edward still tries to be like, no, you can't climb the tower, son. Because at the end of the day, everyone in this whole fucking town cheered him on and saw him as the fucking Mage Blade Slayer. We went up against Summon Skull and all of his little goons, and no matter what happened, he pulled through. And the combination... now, the one thing that could cause an issue, but I don't think it will because of everything that happened after, is that he had to use her sword in order to finish this up. But it wasn't just simply using her sword, because we have to remember, not just anyone can do that. He can do that because he understands the ins and outs of her magic. You drop that sword in front of anyone else, it's not going to go the way it happened here. And I think the general reaction from everyone in the tower was, huh, Finn, you accomplished your mission. I'm surprised. So I do think they're going to allow Will into the tower. We knew this was the end of the prologue. I think this episode's literally called The Prolouge Ends or something like that. And I think there's no way of going back to what Wistoria is, right? I mean, I think the credits, right, you know, just seeing kind of the build up and the end of everything that we've built up throughout this, seeing him be able to pull off the most insane shit ever. I mean, this is a kid who literally was like, I just wield a sword, right? And now he's out here summoning fucking ice castles and skewering everyone. It is so fucking rewarding. And I think it's about the appropriate pace to shift this, right? Because a lot of authors would fall into the trap, keeping your MC very ostracized, very pushed away, and feeling low about themselves. And not to say Will hasn't had a lot of fucking depression. He has. He continues to see more and more people die around him. Granted, the whole, you know, Rosti, Frosty the Snowman, and his sensei is a different thing, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, he's understandably shook by what he's capable of. And I think just seeing the whole world, both villains and heroes, be like, Jesus Christ, like, this was some of the coolest shit. You know what? This was the coolest shit we've ever seen in this show. Like, this guy fucking aura-fired. And I love the fact that rather than... because I really thought we were going to build into the people in the tower coming down to support Will. And it would be like this moment of showing that, oh yeah, he does belong with the tower. But by her just dropping the blade, such a big dick move, because their orders were, we're not allowed to leave the tower. Bet. Whoops, my hand slipped and dropped him the blade. Holy shit, was that fucking big dick energy. Now, there is still two things that I'm interested in that I'm not sure where we're going to go with. One of which is old Rosti. Now, obviously, she was seeing through Rosti's eyes. I'm still unsure if it was simply just a body double that she utilized as a puppet, or if it was its own individual. Because if it was its own individual, I don't think there's a simple resummoning and Rosti's going to have the same personality and everything. At this point, I'm willing to believe she really was just using that as eyes outside the tower, but there is still potential for there to be the heartbreak where Will realizes that while, yes, she was observing him for a long time and probably catching quite a few shots of Will naked as he changed, you know, that was a thing. But if it is the case of individual, that's gonna be still heartbreaking. And then, of course, there's Sensei, who, you know, to his credit, survived. I don't know how the fuck he did this. He must have a phoenix heart or something. You know, the phoenix isn't the whole thing about them, how they can constantly revive themselves and be born anew. Because you gotta have something like that in him. Or his magic is just fucking plot armor no jutsu. Now, there's one thing I want to say about this, and I saw it across the internet, a couple in my comment section, a couple on Reddit, stuff like this. People were mad at Will because in this man's dying moment, he was basically like, hey, you're trying to tell me this important thing, and he's like desperately... And people were like, oh, he cares more about learning about his special interests than, you know, caring about someone dying. Keep in mind, this is someone who crashed out, was basically lifeless when his best friend died, and then had to see his teacher died. He's already, like, emotionally numb, but then he gets told, oh, you have magic. That is going to be the thing, well, you're dying anyway. This is a natural thing that humans do in these moments. And it's a cliche, too, but it's not even a bad cliche. It's a very typical cliche for... You're dying, you're trying to tell me something important. I'm more focused on at least getting that information, and then I can process your grief. Unfortunately, he didn't have time to process his grief because, you know, everything that's happened, and then he was told, oh, don't worry, he'll be fine. There was nothing wrong with Will's reaction to his initial death moment, because he's like, imagine going your whole life being told you're useless in the eyes of this world, but don't worry, you're actually useful. You want to slap that bitch? What the fuck you tell me? I got magic? So no, his reaction was fine if you ask me. I'm very interested why he could survive death blows, though. I don't think we're going the route that, you know, another clone type dynamic, because if Rosti was really just an Elfie clone with no, you know, human body parts, I don't think we're going that way here, but I guess time will tell. Either way, I don't know where the fuck Season 2 is actually going to go, because I feel like Season 2 has properly started with the next episode, and I don't know where we're going, but hip hip hooray for Will. Can't wait for Edward to still say you can't go in the tower. I love that son of a bitch. Your thoughts down below. What did you think of this episode? I mean, if you're a source reader of Wistoria, there's no fucking way anyone's been disappointed with the adaptation of at least Season 2. And if you are, I mean, I'd love to know why, truly, because, goddamn, there's anime I wish had this level of attention and quality put into it, and I still love them, even though they're basic as shit with their production. Thoughts? Drop a like, show your support, subscribe, make sure you ring that bell to stay updated on everything we upload here on YouTube, and of course the Patreon if you want to go the extra mile, full live reactions, and so many other exclusives like, hey, you know, I love to get those video shows because my patrons are the entire reason I get to do these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we got Old Man, David, Luke Brownfield, Devin Diego, Ashley Hawkham, Corbo, Casper Joel Jensen, George Para, Car Goofy, and Kevin Wallace. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You know, have a good one.